So yeah, I'm Camille Walala, and I just wanted to say, like, for years, like for so many years of my life, I didn't know what to do with myself and what to do as a job. But the only thing I knew is like I didn't want to do Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. And then I just came in London, started studying textile for fashion, which I really liked, but it was not quite satisfying enough. Like, I mean, doing pattern was great, but it was such a small scale. I didn't get so much enjoyment out of it straight away. But like a few years later, I was like in a Red Church Street, or at the back of Red Church Street, with my ex-boyfriend at the time, and he was like a street artist, and he was doing like a big painting in the street. And this woman came out in the street and just talked to him and said, "Oh, would you like to paint the back of my house, because it's a bit boring and I just would like to have something on it." And he just said, "Well, I'm just going back to Sydney, so I can't do anything." But I was just saying, "But yeah, I can. I would be really happy to like do something to your house." And originally she said, "Well, my husband just died, so I would be really happy to have like his face on the wall." But I mean, like, my work was definitely, I mean, I wasn't really not quite confident with that. So I just say, like, if you're happy with me to do something else, like a bit more geometric and pattern, like, will it work? And she said, "Yeah, for sure." So it was summertime, so I went away, came back on holiday, came back after the holidays. She didn't even ask me what to do. Like, she just let me do whatever I wanted. And she was called Georgina, and like she actually that was the back of her house, but the front was like a calf on Bethnal Green. So anyway, just like it took us 2 or 3 days to paint with my friend just for fun, and then that was the result of the house. And yeah, and this woman is just like, I still keep on going and see her like once in a while and just say hello. And here she is with in front of her new house. And yeah, she loves it. She's still, yeah, I don't know, she's pretty amazing. And which I loved about this project is like, I just did it for fun. I just really like the idea of like street art. I just like the idea of street art as something like really colorful and bright, something you can just add in the street. And from this project, I think people start to follow me on Instagram, and I got this woman at a shop in Melbourne, and a shop that I really like, and she contacted me and said, "Oh, actually, I really love you to do something similar in front of my shop." So I actually went in Melbourne and did a shop which was inspired from the wall I did for Georgina, but that was this time like, yeah, it was just like a nice project to do somewhere else completely different than London. And since then, I've gone, like, yeah, especially this year, I think I was really busy, did a lot of projects. I did a lot of like, workspace, and at this stage, it's really nice because people contact me, like, I wouldn't even have thought about like doing this kind of project, but they come to me. So like I had Facebook coming to me this year, and they just wanted me to do their lobby in London office, and I just like the thing which was great, like they just give me like freedom to do whatever I wanted. So I just like I just like did some kind of pattern. And at the time, like I used to do a lot of street art as well, and I used to do a lot of like word in the street where I just say kiss more, dance more. And I just came to them and I just wanted to do like the connect more, and I was actually really happy like they just buy this concept to put in their wall. So that was like another part of their lobby. And after that, I went to Amsterdam and I did something for Converse. Again, that was like their new office. And they asked me to do like they offer me, they're asking me to do 3 designs. And like the 2 first design I really like, and that's something I've never done before. And then I did a 3rd one, which is something I've done in the past. So I did like something really quick in 10 minutes. And that's the one they choose. And to start, I was quite gutted. I was like, oh, I just didn't really want to do that. But actually, I did understand in the space. I think it actually quite makes sense. It was really sleek, and it was some doors. Like the doors had to open, and it's almost like I did the design, but when I went there, I had to change like the dimensions just to make sure like the door, like the black line, was matching with the rest of the wall and the way it was designed. And some other project that I really love I did this year was a school. Like it was a school actually not far from, like it's in Dalston in Queensbridge Road. And it was a really quick project. I got introduced to the head teacher, and I just went there and she showed me around, and that was a kind of a style of the wall in the primary school. And everything was quite like kind of faded, like kind of, I didn't quite what was it, like just a lot of fish and weird boats and kind of like brown. I don't know, it was not, obviously for me anyway, it was not really inspiring. And so they didn't have much budget. So like the deal was, okay, the parents had to paint all of the school or all of the playground white first. And then we come and I had like a little team with me helping me for three or four of us. And probably we did that in 3 or 4 days. So it was like actually a quite big space, but we changed the old playground to something really bright and colorful. And it was quite funny because like, at the time, that was such a quick project. So I was actually going to school, and most of the time when I design, like I do a photo of the wall and I do a mock-up on the picture. So I was on there, and the kids were still at school at the time. So like when they were playing in the playground, I had a low table, and I was like on my computer trying to kind of like make like a design on the wall, and they were all coming back behind me, and just they were telling me, well, the red triangle, I'm not so sure. Could you do yellow? So they all had like a really strong opinion, which I really love. And I mean, but the only thing they didn't like, most of the stuff they really liked, but they didn't like black and white. So I was just trying to make them like, I mean, I was just trying to like prove myself to say, no, but black and white is good because like the color will pop out more. So I was trying to convince them a little bit of my taste. Yeah, it was just really nice to see them like working, like be in the environment, like bright colors. And also, yeah, this year again, it was like a really nice thing to like have people coming to me and just wanted to collaborate on some different projects. And I had, what was the name? Caterpillar came to me and they just wanted me to bring some prints on their shoes, which is like on the normal classic shoes. And they choose a pattern that I actually did at uni like in 2009. So it was actually really nice because like I remember when I was at uni, my teacher hated these prints and I almost wanted to go and just like go him and just show him like, see, yeah, like just show him like a bit of a revenge. And which was nice is also like by doing this really small pattern, when they launched the shoes, they're asking me to do like a big installation, and we had to reproduce the same prints on a bigger scale. So which I love with what I'm doing now is like, it's great to work on computer and create something obviously quite easily done on the computer, but then when you have to reproduce it, it becomes much more complicated, and I just really like the process of working on a big scale. Again, like this was another print that I did again at uni. Again, the teacher didn't like these prints, and I just like reproduced it on a bigger scale. And like just I came back from Australia just like last week, and I went there again because it's like a fashion brand there, which is quite famous there. But they kind of do a lot of collaboration with a fashion or more like an artist or print designer. And so they're asking me to do like they're asking me to do some prints and give them like 2 or 3 prints. And from my prints, they kind of like put them in clothes. And it was just really nice to see what they've done with it, because it's just like, it's almost nice sometimes when you do a design, but just to have someone obviously who's got a different knowledge than you do and just use it in their skills. And it was just nice to see what they did with my prints and like how they put it, like the scales they used on the clothes. And one of the best projects I think I did this year for me was like the building in Wall Street. Like I got contacted by this girl, like follow me on Instagram, and she just said, oh, my husband just started to rent this building in Wall Street, and would you be interested to paint it? And that was a text like she sent me the pictures and said, well, will you be interested to do it? And I was like, yes, please. And like, okay, and so I would say, yeah, let's make it happen. And then like I mean, obviously that was such a like a big, and it was just a Great Eastern Street. Like I didn't realize how like, the position was like an amazing location. And originally, it took me a while to send them a design because I really wanted to do something that I like. And when I send them the design, they actually say, oh, actually, sorry, but like we've been approached by a company who want to put like a massive advertising in front of a wall, like a big like a iPhone pictures, and they will pay us £10,000 a month to do have this advertising. So I said, yeah, fair enough, like let's not do it. But anyway, a few months later, the advertising was still not there. So I just contact them again and say, come on, let's make this happen. What's going on? We could do, even if it's for a few months, before the advertising comes. And so like the deal was they they were paying for like all of the material, and they say, and I just asked her, I just wanted to make sure like if I find some volunteer, could we have food for lunch, and could we have prosecco every night, and that was the deal. So like it was amazing because like it was like in April, I think it was like I came back, it was in April. I put an ad on Instagram, say I need some volunteer. I've got this massive dream project that I want to do, and I had like 80 people reply, which was amazing. I just had to choose 8 because I didn't really actually know how we're going to do this. So I designed I designed on computer like kind of a mock-up of how we're going to do it. I chose 8 people, and then we just started to paint. So it was like, at the beginning it was only, it was 8 of us because we only could use ladders, but after 4 or 5 meters, like that was quite like, we couldn't really go further. And we just had this guy like called Martin, which was amazing. He's normally like he does upselling and he does cleaning window, but like we just had him, and he did all of the top part of the building. And we did, and then like after 4 days, it was only 3 of us. So it was like Martin, Julia, and then me. So like the 2 of us, we were on the cherry picker, and we were able to do like the 5 to 10 meters. And Martin was doing the 10 to 15 meters high. And I mean, it was like, that was pretty amazing. It was like bucket of paint on each side. And it was just like painting like for 8 days. That was my little crowd of people. Like, yeah, it's been amazing. That was so nice to have people just come and were happy just like to paint and maybe drink prosecco every night. And then that was the final result after probably 8 or 10 days. And I think for me, it's been like definitely like the best project I've done so far. And it just made me realize what I really want to do is like try to push and like, I don't know, I just want to try to find the most ugliest building in London and just try to be able to paint on it. That's actually like the goal I'm having now. But like the last things I did was like for Design Week. And I've been approached by this shop to do some product design. So I did like some cushion and things I've done in the past, like fabric, and I'd collaborate with someone could do like furniture. But originally, that's all I was supposed to do. But then I thought I actually want to do like a big window. And we just pushed ourselves and actually came up with a concept where I just wanted to do something like my house. So we call it Walala in the house. And we just like create this whole kind of set design. And it was nice. I collaborate with a set designer, with Julia, which helped me to make this kind of like concept where I didn't want to be just like, they were saying, oh, we want something quite minimal. And I was like, I'm not going to do minimal. I just want to do something funny. I mean, not funny, but I just didn't want to take myself seriously. I wanted something a bit like, kind of like creative and pop. And so we kind of create all of this kind of a fake element, which obviously we didn't sell there. But it was just to create like a kind of an atmosphere. And I think that's it for this year.